In May of 2015, Texas native Cynthia Rodriguez opened her box of Nature Valley granola bars to find a bag filled with white powder with dollar signs on it. After contacting the authorities, it was discovered that the bag contained the dangerous drug cocaine. Nature Valley denied that the bag could have been placed in the box on their assembly line, but the damage had been done. Soon, drug users from San Diego to Maine were buying up every box of Nature Valley granola bars in hopes of a similar fortune and asking their junkie friends, "You tried that?" You Tried That, episode 10. I'm Nick Novak with my pals Chad Hancock.
How's it going?
And Nick Geiger.
Hello.
And boys, we made it to double-digit episodes.
10 episodes! Woo! Yeah!
We have
10
10 episodes, 8 listeners. Going place.
10 episodes more than I ever thought I'd actually record of a podcast.
We talked a little ahead of time about how we have this time in the beginning to fill, and we're 10 episodes in, and we've already run out of shit to talk about in the first 10 minutes of the episode. So, guys, what's been going on?
Absolutely nothing.
I know you guys don't have shit to talk about, so.
Actually, I do have a quick update, which is,
all right.
For the first time in my life, I'm within spitting distance of being underneath 200 pounds.
Hey!
I weighed myself earlier this week, and I was down to like 201.6.
You say the first time in your life?
Yes, I was born as a 300-pound baby.
Holy cow!
I meant first time since like high school, I think.
Are you the fat version of Benjamin Button, or what are you?
Yes.
Benjamin Glutton.
Benjamin Glutton. Basically, the point is that I can attribute it all to this podcast. So if you want to lose weight, eat a bunch of snacks. I think that's sort of the moral of the story.
What do you actually owe it to?
Actually, to a lot of exercise. I've been taking this exercise class that meets 2 days a week, and you pay for like 10 weeks worth of classes, but the first 5 weeks of the 10-week semester, I couldn't make it because we were having like our kitchen renovated or whatever, so I couldn't go in any of the times. So then but I really wanted to get my money's worth, so I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna go. I want to get all 20 classes in, so instead of just going 2 times a week, I'm gonna go 4 times a week, and so I was working out like crazy 4 days a week. And been absolutely dead for like the last 5 weeks. So that's
what kind of class is this?
It's called HIIT School. It's like a high intensity exercise class where you do like a lot of cardio mixed in with like weightlifting and stuff like that. And so it's like an hour long each time of just like an hour of straight exercise.
All right, congrats.
We'll see if I actually get below 200 pounds or not.
How far do you spit? Or do you spit 20 pounds or what?
Yes.
So that'll be a future updated episode, and we're really going to try to hold this man from getting to his goal with the next couple episodes here.
This podcast is working against me.
Are we all expected to track our weight on here? Because that's going to be problematic for myself. I think I put on 200 pounds this weekend. We went out to dinner Friday. I made a really elaborate meal yesterday, and I literally just ate a giant meal at a restaurant with my in-laws about an hour ago. So I've eaten a ton this weekend. So yeah, the opposite of what Chad's doing, eating unhealthy and doing no exercise.
Well, it's not totally the opposite. I did start my day with a big bowl of tater tots covered in cheese and bacon. So it's not like I'm sitting back eating just kale.
Wait, you started your day?
Yes. That was
your
my
breakfast
while we watched a movie.
Fair.
I've been in the middle of you guys, and I have been exercising quite a bit and eating unhealthy. So we've got the whole gambit covered. One guy who does both, one guy who does neither.
This is a perfect scientific study. We can just track ourselves over the next 10 years and then see which of us dies first.
We're quite the bell curve. Or like when I lay down on my back, my stomach looks like a bell curve.
The actual something I thought we'd talk about is that these Dolcetto Wafer Bites we're going to try today are paired best with ice cream and coffee, according to the website. They're these little tiny, delicate chocolates that you are supposedly supposed to put on top of ice cream. So I thought I'd find out, what do you guys like when it comes to ice cream? And I'm talking about hard ice cream, Baskin-Robbins style, soft serve, Dairy Queen style, or anything else in between, gelato or anything like that?
I think I prefer harder ice cream in general. I mean, soft serve's great. I'm not going to turn it down. I'm not really interested in frozen yogurt or any of that kind of stuff. That stuff sucks. Gelato's okay. But yeah, just traditional sort of like regular ice cream is definitely my favorite. We have an ice cream place by us, like within walking distance, called Mitchell's here in San Francisco, and it's they have something like 40 or 50 different flavors. They'll let you try as many samples as you want. So even though at this point I've tried every single one of their flavors, whenever we go in, I'm always like, maybe I'll sample these 3 flavors, even though I know I'm going to get cookies and cream or banana or something.
They're like, we know it's you, Chad.
Right.
And Geiger, I just realized this is a terrible topic because you're lactose intolerant.
Yeah. That's the thing about my lactose intolerance, though, is I don't care at all about it. So I will still eat things like ice cream and just suffer the consequences. I like it all. I think I like soft serve a little better only because, to me, it's more of a treat because, I mean, you can't buy it at home. Like, you only can get it from soft serve machine. So, like the Dairy Queen style ice cream, I prefer more so. But I mean, the regular, harder, quote unquote, ice cream is still very good. I like gelato fine. I like sherbet fine. I like all of the types of frozen treat. Frozen yogurt we take the kids for a bunch because they like to put all the toppings on. So it's all good. I think my favorite one would be probably soft serve.
I also like soft serve a lot. The only problem is that cookies and cream is my favorite ice cream. You can't get it in soft serve, or at least not that it's going to. Maybe somewhere it's made. I think at those yogurt places they make flavors. It's just not the same though. You don't have the cookie crunch in it. So hard ice cream, cookies and cream, top choice. But then any other flavor, I prefer to have soft serve over it.
At work they have a soft serve machine, and they will have different toppings on the side which they rotate out. And so sometimes it'll be Oreo bits, and so then I'll construct sort of like a soft serve cookies and cream concoction where I'll like scoop in a little bit of Oreo, put some soft serve on, scoop in some more Oreo, one more layer of soft serve, Oreo on top, mix it all around.
It's a long line forming behind you.
Yeah, everybody's like, hurry the fuck up.
It's astonishing that you've not been less than 200 pounds. What type of, so do you guys just like the regular old ice cream, or if you have toppings to put on it, will you always put toppings on it?
I don't really like most toppings, I think, on it, because a lot of those toppings will, M&Ms seem like a good idea, but they will get rock hard inside of an ice cream. And then same with like chocolate chips or something, and it's just not fun at all to eat those, I think.
Smile on Geiger's face.
Just because I said rock hard
joke.
You know what else gets rock hard?
Make your M&M boner joke. Just do it.
I like hot fudge a lot. But to Chad's point, I think sometimes especially when I was younger, I put so much on that it like makes, first it melts all the ice cream and then all you taste is hot fudge. But I do like when you get a hot fudge sundae or something, or a parfait or whatever it is, and then you get to the bottom and there's like just a solid ½ inch of just the hot chocolate that is dripped to the bottom. That is tasty.
It's going to be an unpopular opinion, but I love to put sliced bananas in my ice cream.
Ooh, get out.
Seems all right. I don't know.
It's the perfect compliment because cold banana, like a chocolate covered frozen banana, is delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Cold
like
banana and ice cream.
Split.
I mean,
Yes.
that would be highly dependent on the flavor of ice cream, though. Like you wouldn't do like
I don't
chocolate
put it in
peanut butter
cookies
ice
and
cream.
cream, right?
Yeah.
Right. Not with everything, but I mean the banana split, like Chad mentioned, is kind of the perfect mix.
Do you do the opposite when you like unpeel a banana to eat as a snack? Do you then drizzle ice cream over it?
I try to, yeah.
Do you just take your bananas and just dip it in the gallon ice cream jug and then eat it that way?
Yep. Anyone else got a banana comment?
Let's just say that banana gets rock hard.
Let's open these things and see if we think they'd pair well with ice cream. So we got the Dolcetto Petites Chocolate Wafer Bites, and these things are in a little 100-calorie pack. And I saw before, Chad, you just sent us the pack, but I think you can buy a box with like 6 or 8 packs in there.
Yeah, and so these things look like, how would you describe this shape? Like just sort of a little cylinder that's pinched off at both ends, and then there's stripes on it that are chocolate stripes, and the inside supposedly filled with chocolate cream.
It's almost like a tiny little cookie ravioli.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's a ravioli, and it's kind of striped. Smells good. I know there's different flavors of these. Dolcetto Bites.
Yeah, they also have a cookies and cream flavor, I think. They're crunchy.
It tastes like some ice cream places you go to, they will put like a triangle-shaped wafer into the top of the ice cream. And this is essentially that same taste, but filled with chocolate.
Yeah, that's exactly right, actually.
The chocolate, how would you describe that chocolate in the middle?
It kind of tastes like shit. I don't know how to describe it. Just a
Tastes like
chocolate
shit?
cream.
Yeah, it's creamy. It's not like gooey or
Yeah.
anything.
Would you call it velvety molten chocolate, as the back of the package does?
No.
It's not molten in any way.
I mean, it's hella velvety.
Yeah.
These do taste good.
I like these. I mean,
I think this is pretty good for 100 calories for this entire thing.
Now just imagine them on a bowl of ice cream. What do you think about that?
I'd be behind that.
Now, would
I
you
mean-
pour this whole bag on top of your bowl of ice cream?
Yeah, how much ice cream am I eating? There's an awful lot. Sorry, I'm quiet because I'm eating a lot.
There's an awful lot. I see your hand moving back and forth.
Look, guys, if they're only 100 calories, this is a drop in the ocean here.
I enjoy these, and I think the flavor's
Whoa,
good.
I got one that doesn't have any stripes on it.
Oh,
Pretty
let's
exciting.
see what's inside.
I want my money back. Oh yeah, I didn't pay for these.
So to describe to the people who are listening and can't see, they're mostly tan with like big brown, like chocolatey looking stripes on the cookie. So what Chad is saying, he had one with no stripes.
Yeah, but it tasted exactly the same.
A lot more interesting, I'm sure.
I do not drink coffee, so I couldn't say whether these pair well with coffee. Gagger, I know you're a coffee man.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I like coffee a lot. I wouldn't. I mean,
Go
I
get a
never
cup of
think.
coffee. We'll wait.
Yeah. When I drink a cup of coffee, I never think, oh, if only I had chocolate-filled cookies to drink with it or eat with this. It would be fine. It would complement it well, but
Do you like to pair things with coffee, or do you just drink coffee just because you're like, I need energy?
I like to pair things with breakfast, lunch, dinner, everything in between. I like to pair coffee with staying awake.
So you're not like, oh, I have coffee, I really want some donuts with that, or something like that.
Right. No, not typically. I mean, I'll eat it at breakfast time. I mean, it's what I associate with breakfast, but other than that, not really.
Well, I just ate the whole bag.
Only 100 calories.
The two guys that just said they ate big meals, eating the entire bag.
I'm pacing myself. What's the equivalent of calories to a pound? How many you got to shove in your body before you gain a pound?
I think it's like 2,500 or something like that.
Good.
Oh, we're good. Some wiggle room here.
Because I remember reading that when I stopped drinking pop, when it was like, oh, each can of pop is, however many calories it is, 200 or whatever it is. And so I was trying to do the math, like, okay, if I cut out drinking, 2 pops a day, how fast will the weight just melt off? And of course, it doesn't actually work that way because your body adjusts to the amount of calories you're drinking a day. But
Geiger, why don't you start us off? Tell us that you like it.
I
We'll
do.
Move on.
Yeah. I mean, I ate the whole bag. I love chocolate. I love coffee and ice cream as well. I think these are good. They're light. I mean, you could actually, some of the stuff that they say, like one serving size, seems like a lot to eat, but this was actually real light. It weren't real heavy. It wasn't a ton of gooey chocolate in the middle, but it was just enough. The chocolate flavor was good. I think you were on the right track there, Novak, with saying that it tasted like that, triangle of ice cream cone or whatever, almost, that they put in the top of a custard, which is it's really tasty. It's a little sweet, but not too bad. It's a solid like that. These are really good.
All right, Chad.
second to like that. These are great, very tasty, not too sweet, which is good. They are missing that extra special something that would sort of push them over, to that love that tier. I think maybe if they were filled with peanut butter in addition to the chocolate. In other words, if these were a Reese's cup. So these get a solid like that for me.
Ding dong. You know what that sound is?
Oh, come on in and have some dinner.
We've got a welcome visitor at the door.
Welcome to my house, Dolcettos.
So, yeah, these, I can't imagine anyone saying they don't like these things. They're just little chocolate wafer. They're pretty delicious. There's no reason to get excited about them. So not a love dat, but a very solid like dat. And the Dolcetto Chocolate Wafer would be a welcome visitor into your home.
I think the only people that wouldn't like these are Nazis. That's right.
True.
Only Nazis
Correct.
wouldn't like
That's
these.
We are staunchly against Nazis
Huh.
on this show, so that works out.
Clear, we have never tried that. We have
You're
never
talking
tried,
about Nazism?
we have never tried Aryan beliefs.
Don't knock it till you try it.
All right. Well,
Good
I
segue. All right.
don't know how to respond to that. Which one sounds good next? We really should have did those chocolate things last, but we talked about ice cream. It would have been a perfect dessert for this little meal we're having. So let's move into the meat. Next up, we're going to shoot into the jerky realm, and we did jerky a few episodes back, and it was a chipotle flavored jerky. Chad and I did not like it.
It was horrible.
But Geiger is well known. We call him Mr. Jerky because of all the jerky he eats. Do you guys know anything about this particular? Have you had chef's cut before?
I have not.
Now, this is original recipe, so I said last time I don't eat a lot of jerky. Maybe the problem with the last jerky was that sort of chipotle glaze flavor, like the sweet chipotle or whatever it was. This is an original recipe, so maybe this will fare a little bit better.
According to the quote on the back, Mike L. from Chicago, Illinois says, "This is tenderful, flavorful, and delicious. It's like steak in a bag." So apparently this is just like regular steak. That's what I...
Right next to that it says, keeping it real.
Mm-hmm. So you wouldn't lie.
I trust you, Mike L.
I'm very hopeful for this because I, over the past year or so, have been really looking for high protein snacks. So that this thing, I talked about the high protein on the front of the bag, has 12 grams of protein. I guess it's for the entire container. That's a lot of jerkies, but I was hoping it was for a few pieces. But it does, the smell is promising.
Smells like your standard
A
jerky.
couple other interesting quotes on the back. Cured and smoked meat is an incredible invention. It can go anywhere, endure the elements, feed our hunger, and sometimes attract bears. So there you go.
It's true. That's true.
What does that mean? Like, why is that on there?
I don't know.
Wouldn't
It's an
this be a thing
advertisement, guys.
I would then not take on my camping
Yeah,
trip?
like they're sort of dissuading you, like, don't take this, you guys. You're going to get eaten by a bear.
It's so
It's like
delicious, even bears want it.
It's not sort of in a warning statement. They just slip it in their paragraph about their company. And then if you get eaten by a bear, they're covered.
It's been lost in mystery meats and spices so hot you sweat for a week. That's what
not
they're
good.
claiming most modern jerky is. I don't... Sweating for a week.
So I just cracked this open and holy shit, there's a bear at the door! Run!
It's just your brother.
Oh. Oh yeah, it is. Hey, Dave.
So-
All right, these smell pretty good.
I'm eating one.
Oh, this tastes
well,
like steak in a
there's
bag.
definitely.
Lots of big wet chewing noises for the microphone.
If somebody sent me this steak at a restaurant,
Mhm.
I'd leave.
I'd send it
I'd be
back.
like, this is a bit overcooked.
Yeah.
So
Mike L, you're full of shit.
even in terms of jerky, I think this chef's cut is maybe I don't know, like a little grittier. I
It
feel
feels
like-
a little softer to me. Like when I think of like regular jerky, I feel like really ripping at it with my teeth to
Right,
get it
yeah.
off. This is like kind of softer.
I guess what I mean is like it's sort of falling apart easier.
Maybe it's real meat. I mean, that's the problem.
It is tender. It's not like when you see the jerky that you have to, saw into. This one just kind of falls apart in your mouth. I guess that's good or bad. I don't know. It depends on what you're looking for out of jerky.
It is in no way hot. I mean, there's like a tiny bit of spice there.
Is there supposed to be spice?
Well, they talked about on the back about normal jerky making you sweat for a week. It doesn't mention the spice or anything, but when you guys think of jerky, do you think of it having just a little spice to it?
Yeah. I think I have a little seasoning. Like I know the last one we had, I think it was too hot for you guys or whatever.
Yep.
But that was like a good level of heat for me. This isn't even peppery like normal jerky is. It's just kind of like a vaguely sweet barbecue-ish kind of flavor.
It
Yeah.
sort of tastes like the same kind of flavor you get from like A1 steak sauce or something.
No, that's a good spot there.
Yeah.
So Geiger started the last one. Chad, why don't you start us off on the chef's cut smoked beef original recipe?
Yeah, this isn't. I mean, I ate a piece and then now I'm done. I don't dislike this even close to as much as that last one. That Crave one was just dog shit. This one is okay. I'd eat it in a pinch. I could take it or leave it. Indifferent to that. That's what I am.
A jerky pinch?
Yep. What does that mean?
You just need to attract a bear really quickly, or
Yeah, that's what this is best used for, is for attracting bears so that you can get mauled by them with bad CGI and then win an Oscar. Anyway,
Chad, you've wow, it turned into a critique of the recipe.
yeah, deep cut there.
Chad, you found this at an outdoor shop in the camping section, right? Is it bear attractive?
I actually stole these from some bears. So, like, while they were swatting and getting some salmon, I snuck into their camp, like tiptoed, and then just took it out. I don't know why the Bears had kept it in the package, but
Keeping it fresh.
no, I stole these from work.
We know.
I'll head up next, and I'm going to be right along with Chad there. I'm just usually pretty mediocre on my jerky preferences, and this jerky isn't even at the top of my jerky list. Falling apart a little too easy. The flavor is just really average. I'm going to give it the second indifferent to that. You could eat it. I would possibly eat it just for the protein content, but that would be it. Geiger?
Is it true that Chad is at the top of your jerk list? All right. No response at all. All right, cool.
That's true.
Yes. Yeah.
Fuck you.
Well, it could have meant it two different ways.
Shut up and rate the jerky.
All right. We are in whatever the equivalent of the Welcome Visitor Club for indifferent to that is, because this is just kind of there. It's not bad, but it's not a jerky. Like, if compared to other jerky, I would never pick it. It just didn't have that strong a flavor, and it was just kind of soft. Like I said, that probably means it's better meat. Like, I'm probably downgrading it for being like real protein as opposed to whatever the scraps of spare tires off the highway that I normally eat. But for whatever reason, it's just not what I'm expecting or looking for in jerky, and I would give it an indifferent to that as well. So 3 indifferents all the way around.
Very middle of the road.
3 indifferents.
I think
So
that's the
we,
first time that's happened, right?
Yeah.
We need a name for that. So if you liked someone coming, they were a welcome visitor. I think 3 dislikes would be something like a telemarketer coming to your door. So what would be in between a friend you wanted to see and a telemarketer coming to your door?
Is it one of those people that like leaves like a politician's flyer on your doorknob and then without knocking on your door and then leaves? So you just kind of like notice it, but you're like, well, this is going right in the recycling bin.
Yes, that easy to name politician leaving
You
a
have to say
brochure
that
at your
full
door.
name each time, exactly like that.
You won't have to explain that every week when we give it to
Right.
someone.
The lazy electioneer. He puts the flyer on and moves on. 3 hates is the kids leaving a flaming pile of dog shit on your step. And then what's 3 loves?
Free prostitute award?
Free.
All right. Oh my God, I love it when I get a free prostitute.
The 2 things you like: sex and free things.
When a lazy pimp just leaves a prostitute on your door, rings the doorbell, and walks away.
There's got a sign around her neck that just says like
Just come out as
certified
prostitute.
clean.
Oh, sweet free prostitute.
I mean, it doesn't have to be that if you have a better name.
Tell you what, we'll leave that to. We'll give it a couple weeks to marinate, and we'll leave it to all of our listeners to make suggestions, which you can do on our Facebook page at You Tried Dat, or Twitter at You Tried Dat, or email us directly at youtrieddat@gmail.com. And we're also working to put all these on CD, all the anthology series. So you can go to Best Buy and ask for it on CD, and if they say, I don't know what you're talking about, make them go to the back room and look for it, and then make them call around to other stores. And if all of that doesn't work, they'll say, oh, you know what, never mind, CDs don't exist anymore, and just walk out.
I thought our plan for the CDs was just to mail them to every house in America, like America Online Discs or whatever.
I've been working with a Columbia House for when you get those mailers, the CD of the month clubs that people used to buy back in the 90s.
We should team up with local politicians, because if they already have people going door to door,
That's true.
just have them drop off. We forgot the stupid rating system again.
Okay, just real quick, 5-point rating system: love dat, like dat, indifferent to dat, dislike dat, hate dat. Boom, done.
Not to be confused with free prostitute, welcome visitor, election brochure, taped to doorknob.
All right, so we've got 1 welcome visitor, 1 lazy electioneer, and now we are going to move on to a segment. So, Chad, are you running this again? Did you come up with some stupid scale again for milk?
So it's a return of our beloved segment, You Drank Dat. Today we're going to be drinking this Fairlife chocolate 2% reduced fat ultra filtered milk from cows not treated with RBST, lactose free. So that last part is the key one, because as we've established now, if this had lactate, it would be going in one end of Geiger's mouth and then immediately coming out the other end live on the podcast, which we don't want.
That's correct.
Now, I like to fancy myself as a bit of a chocolate milk connoisseur. I love trying different kinds of chocolate milks. It's one of my favorite beverages. We established in an earlier episode.
Have you tried this?
I've never tried this because generally...
Whoa.
What?
What did you just ask him?
You tried it?
Jeez.
I'm the one who suggested this because I have had it a number of times. Saw it in the store, wanted to try it, and liked that it. Again, has almost 20 grams of protein, which is a ton of protein. And I like the lactose-free thing because sometimes a little too much milk will be tough on the system. And I thought that you guys would potentially like it. So
I was going to say I would never buy this normally because it's lactose-free. And that sort of like makes me feel that it's like inferior in some way. Like I'm not getting the full milk experience. But I could be wrong. I'm ready to be proven wrong.
What's the milk experience involved for you? What's the full milk experience?
Yeah, what does lactose taste like? I'll be honest. I mean, and granted, it's been so long since I've had regular milk, so I really don't know. But lactate milk tastes like milk. I mean, I would say. I mean, again, you'd be an expert. You can try some next time you're over. You can try that. But I'm not expecting it to taste bad based on the lactose free. It does have 50% less sugar, so I wonder how much that'll affect the taste. It's only got 19 grams of sugar. Or 17 grams. And I know I tried something similar called muscle milk, but I think that's more of like a workout type thing.
That stuff's nothing like this. That's super chalky.
Disgusting.
Yeah,
it's tough. That's pretty much close your eyes and swallow it, right? So, Chad, what's our system?
All right, so here's the rating system here. So, as you know, milk comes from cows. So, we have a bovine-based rating system. 3 options here. It's either going to be, holy cow, and you got to do a really bad Harry Carey impression.
Check.
Or, don't have a cow. Or, this tastes like mad cow disease.
All right.
So those are your options.
Clear through line there, yeah.
Complex.
All
right, let's crack it open. Oh, yeah. Definitely doesn't taste exactly like chocolate milk, but I have felt drinking it that it was close enough for me and started to enjoy it.
Yeah, so like, I mean, I know it has like more protein and stuff, but is it significantly healthier than, regular chocolate milk or something? Have you done that comparison?
I think the protein combined with not having the lactose, like I love drinking milk, but if I drink too much of it, it will upset my stomach a bit. So I think this was a nice way to drink a bunch of chocolate milk and not feel bad.
It also apparently has a lot more calcium than regular chocolate milk, which is a good thing.
And there's also some like hippie reasons why it's better, I think.
Such as?
Where does Justin land on this chocolate milk? Would he recommend
Let's see. According to the package, it's simple! ! Our milk flows through soft filters to concentrate its goodness, like protein and calcium, while filtering out much of the natural sugar. And our promise is we provide extraordinary animal care, and we can trace our milk back to the family farms that produced it, so you can confidently enjoy every sip.
So the cow had a better life, but does it taste?
Yeah. Okay, so that's what it's missing. It's missing the taste of like cow tears, right? And like it's missing that extra suffering flavor that I usually get from like.
Right.
Everyone knows food tastes better when you've like horribly mistreated its source.
Right.
So like if you just punch an ear of corn right before picking it, it tastes a lot better.
Yeah, the Dean's chocolate milk just has a picture of Dean roundhouse kicking a cow.
I would absolutely buy it if it did. I gotta be honest. Not that if you actually roundhouse kick the cows, but just have the picture of it.
Yeah, I love to after I spend like an hour or two or something in the kitchen, like baking a cake, say, and then it comes out. But before I eat it, I will always just launch a slew of racial epithets at it, and it just makes it taste so much better.
Right.
All right. Well,
we're not no-selling that one, but my jerk joke was too much.
I thought Geiger had done it with the Nazi comments earlier, but
we're just really reeling in those listeners today.
All right, I'll start us off with the rating here. I recommended this because I knew you guys hadn't tried it. It's at most grocery stores, so most people can get their hands on it. And I'm going to have to say, holy cow! In the worst Harry Carey impersonation. It was like Harry Carey when he was like 43. Geiger, what do you think?
If the chocolate milk was missing lactose, would you drink it? That's my Harry Carey.
Every Harry Carey impersonation has just become Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
I would give this. All right, I got to do this now. Holy cow! Was that
That was Harry Carey when he was 157.
it's good. It's tasty. It won't make me fart my brains out. It checks most of my milk boxes, so I'm good with it.
All right, Chad.
Okay.
There we go.
The old Chad Hancock long sigh.
The old Chad Hancock. I'm about to drink.
Look, I started this segment saying I was like a chocolate milk snob. It's good. This is good. I would drink it, but it's not rich enough for me. And I think the fact that they pull out all that sugar, I want that sugar. Look, I'm not drinking chocolate milk to lose weight. I'm not. I'm drinking it to just get a fat belly, like be fat, be sick, be delicious. That's what I want.
Drinking it to get fat?
You drink milk to be fat and sick. Those are the first two things you drink milk for.
Time to get fat. I don't know. I'll drink a small container of chocolate milk.
This is a solid like BB plus drink, but it's just not gonna make me scream "Holy cow!" So I'm gonna give it a don't have a cow.
All right.
Would this taste better if it was just a Reese cup? Yes, I want every snack to be a Reese's cup.
Yes.
I drink milk to be fat and sick.
I don't get that at all.
Yep.
Okay. Well, we'll keep this nearby because we can wash down our final snack with it. The final snack is the Nature Valley Crunchy Oats and Honey Granola Bar, and this is probably one of the more common snacks we've had. I think most people either have seen this on the shelf, have had it before, or have easy access to it in one way or the other. Have you guys had these before?
Yeah.
Maybe.
They have them at work, and I often will eat a peanut butter one for breakfast. If I'm just in a hurry, I'll grab a cup of coffee and one of these bars. So yeah, I'm very familiar with the Nature Valley.
Have you had the oats and honey flavor?
I don't know. I don't think so. I know we had them growing up as kids too, so I'm not sure, but I don't remember doing it. Put it that way.
I actually, when I was trying to come up with intros, and I didn't do it with Nature Valley because it was a cocaine thing. But what I found interesting on the Wikipedia page is this sentence. Well, first, Nature Valley came out with its well-known granola bar in 1975. The granola bar takes credit for contributing to the movement of snacking.
Whoa.
Bold statement.
So we owe this podcast to Nature Valley.
I mean, that's just like a total bullshit thing to put on your Wikipedia page.
Yeah, I guarantee if you look at the history, that was like edited by Nature Valley Company's IP address or whatever.
Yeah.
After this podcast is over, I'm going to go to that Wikipedia page and I'm going to edit it to say something like, Nature Valley is credited with starting the snacking movement and also they lick their own balls.
Something real pithy like that.
Or something very clever.
The company's balls.
Big old corporate balls.
Nature Valley is like a part of some other larger corporation. What's it say on the back here?
General Mills.
Oh, it's General Mills, all right. Yeah.
Mills has gigantic balls, Chad.
They have
big. Gonna take a while to lick.
I'm going to be licking them all day. Wait, why am I doing the licking?
Oh, yeah. You went from just liking their Wikipedia to promising to lick their balls.
Look, all I'm saying is that if you're the General Mills CEO and you're listening to this podcast, come over to my house and I'll lick your balls. That's not that weird of a thing to say.
No, not at all. All right.
So,
assuming he doesn't have a free prostitute already, he'll make time to lick your balls.
This thing is very crunchy. You know, in terms of granola bars, do you guys like a very hard granola bar like this, or do you like a chewier consistency?
I think I like these now. So like a regular standard granola bar, they also have those at work.
What? When you're eating a chewy one?
Right. Yeah, well, as I'm getting older, right, I like
okay.
the more like actual oaty type of bar that's more like crunchy and hard. I feel like the other ones are a lot sweeter because they're usually loaded with like chocolate chips and peanut butter and like all that goopy syrup, and it's going to fall apart in your mouth. I don't like those as much as I'm becoming a crotchety old man.
It's going to be tough. Like as your teeth start to fall out, then you're going to pine for the old days of the softer granola bar as you're just chomping down on them with just your gums.
I'll have to swing it back the other way and just gum granola's balls or whatever.
What?
I don't know who makes the bars, but yeah, I'm going to have to gum their
What
balls.
granola bars are you eating that are shaped like balls on them?
No, the company's balls. I'm not gonna.
General Mills. He doesn't have the teeth anymore, so he has to just put his gummy gums on top of General Mills balls. That's what he's getting at.
Well, who makes regular granola bar? Like, is that Quaker Oats, right?
Regular
Something like
granola bar?
Yeah, like a chocolate chip granola bar you always see. Like
A Quaker Oats, I think, is the most popular.
Yeah, so that old man, that old Quaker, he's getting his balls gummed when I'm older.
Those things are pretty much feel like they're held together with unnatural product.
They're real sticky and sweet. So I like these. How about Chad? How about you? Do you like a smushier granola bar or something like this?
When I was a kid, I was really into those Kudos. Those were my granola bars of choice. Those things are basically just bars of sugar. Then I got into these harder bars. Maybe 7-8 years ago, I was eating a lot of these kinds of granola bars. But lately, I've gone back. I prefer Chewy now. So my favorite brand is the ones at Trader Joe's, where they have like these peanut butter granola bars that sort of have a little drizzle of peanut butter across the top of them, and those are chewy. Those are perfect. So yeah, that's my preference.
I think I agree with some of what Geiger said, where as I get older, I can handle a little less of that processed granola bar taste. So something like this, which is just also super processed, it also seems to taste a slight bit better. I'm actually surprised at how much I kind of like this thing. I'll start out the rating here and say I like the taste. The flavor's good, and it doesn't taste overly processed, even though it is. I'm feeling pretty good about it. I'm gonna give it a like that. Chad, what do you how you feel about this bad boy?
I think it's just a little too hard for me. A little too crunchy. The flavor's pretty good, but I would prefer a peanut butter granola bar or something with chocolate chips. Basically, something less healthy would be better. So But I don't hate it, so I'm just going to go indifferent. I'm indifferent to that. Take it or leave it.
All right. We got a like and an indifferent. Geiger?
This is good. It's the oats and honey. It's not too sweet, but it's got a little sweetness to it where you're not just eating like fiber. Like I said, I like the harder bar. I've had these before. I'm a fan of the peanut butter ones, but this was good too. No beating around the bush. It's a like that.
All right, Geiger. Don't beat around that bush.
I appreciate you not beating around the bush there, Geiger.
I'll beat around a lot of things, but a bush will not be one of them.
I was actually just texting Novak earlier today. I was like, God, when we record later, I really fucking hope Geiger doesn't beat around the bush, because that drives me crazy.
Yeah.
We were outside trimming our bushes today, and I kind of snapped my fingers. I pointed to Betsy. I was like, you know what I'm not going to do? Beat around this bush.
All right.
At least you kept it to a bush trimming instead of talking about a vagina, which is what I thought you were going to
do. Every time you zig, I zag. Oh, I'll beat around a vagina all day, just not the butt.
Okay. Well, so pretty tight race here today, but the winner is the Dolcetto Chocolate Wafer Bites. So we do recommend that you go get these chocolate wafers and stick them on your ice cream.
Hey, at least we did
pretty good.
General Mills this week.
Yeah, we didn't pick the one with the highest profit. So I think we're turning a corner.
Yay! Go us.
All right. Next, you're going to really want to tune in next episode. So we're going to be doing our best to make ourselves fat. It's our special Hostess-themed episode where we will be devouring Hostess products. So, boys, anything to add here before we sign it off till next week?
I just wanted to take a sec to thank you for scheduling this in such a way that there's no way I'll get underneath 200 pounds. So thank you for giving me lots of Hostess to make myself super fat.
Glad to help. Geiger?
Yeah, I also want to thank you for making sure Chad doesn't get under 200 pounds. It just makes me feel better about myself. There'll be two of us hanging out in that same neighborhood for a while longer. So appreciate that.
All right. Then we'll be back next week with 3 new snacks. Later, guys.
Deuces.
Yep.